Okay, Eclipse week 9 video, we've got 3 different things we're going to do. We're going to take you through a video on how to create an oil and gas dictionary that Zarati was referring to. We're going to enter some words in there. We're going to next go to creating a conditional page break and what the value is. And then finally, we're going to go over a macro, and this asks to create our own macro. I'm not going to do that yet. That's a little bit too advanced, but we do have macro commands already in our system, and I will show you how to access those. Let's go back up. So for the video for the oil and gas dictionary, we're going to go over to our machine and we are going to exit out. So we're at the gray screen. Yeah, we'll stop the translation. Okay. That's my dictionary. I'm going to close as well. And you can either do F9, or you could go to the dictionary icon, which is going to be right up here. If you can see that where my mouse clicks. And if you don't have a name for your oil and gas dictionary, you can go down here where it says name and name it whatever you'd like and click OK. Since I already have the oil and gas industry created, I'm going to highlight that, click OK. Now you can see I have a list of entries that I have already made. What you can do if you want to add an entry is either hit the Control D button, or you could go to Add Dictionary, and then it's going to ask you what you want for strokes. So you could do S, E, U, and S, click OK, and then well, what is that going to do? And you could say cis. Or if you wanted to make it sister, you could just do SISTER, click OK, and it's been added. All right, so once that's done, we can go over to real time. Start from the last keystroke, and then we want to bring our dictionary in. So we're going to go to dictionary, and your base extended dictionary is already up, and the job, which is what we're doing right now, is already up. You're going to go to Add Dictionary, go to the Eclipse Oil and Gas, click OK, and you can see that it's appeared, and you can click OK. And again, there you go. Here are some of your entries, and this is also going to be combined with the global dictionary that we already have on our machine. This is just going to take into account a few ones that we've entered so far. We'll go back to real time. I'm going to put this down. Hopefully this won't fall because I don't have my tripod with me. Okay. My apologies for the delay in video. I just don't want this to fall. Okay. Losing way too much time on this, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, there we go. So if I want to do Chris, which was one of the entries, we can do that, and it comes up. Francis Irvin also comes up. And if we go over here, KRS was the entry for Chris, and EURG was the entry for Francis Irvin. So that's how you create a dictionary. Let's go back over to the second part of the homework assignment. And that's going to deal with the page breaks. And we're going to answer the questions first. It says, show in a video how to create a conditional page break. What is the value? How many does Zarati use? Okay, so the difference between page break and conditional page break is if you put a page break into your system, then it's going to, whatever you type in is going to be on the next page no matter what. A conditional page break, which has the value of 2, means that the 2 lines will always be on the same page. So if you're on line 25, pardon me, and have a conditional page break followed by something else related to the previous line, it's going to group those 2 lines together on a new page. You're not going to get like question and then the answer on the next page, if that makes any sense. So what we're going to do the conditional page break, I'm actually going to get out of this because there's not much on there. Okay, we'll close that off. I want to bring up something that's got a little bit of work to it. Let's try this one. No, not that one. Sorry about that. Okay. Good, so you can see we've got a little bit of material here, right? Okay, so to do the page break, we are going to hit Alt-U down here on the keyboard. I think you can see my hands. We're on Alt-U, and then we're going to go to Print Commands. And we are going to make sure that Print Commands is on. Let's see. Print Commands is in Display. We are now going to highlight Print Commands and click OK. And then if you do Alt-N, so Alt down here, N, and we do, let's say, conditional page break, that's going to be this one right there, if you can see it. And then we have a value over here. Let's go with what they said in the video, which was 2. We'll click OK. And there's the conditional page break. In the, let's go back. As we said here, in the video they had us do dram, quote symbol, question, state your name, and then we went for the page break right there. Finally, again, we're going to do the macros. We talked about what macros are. Macro commands reduce many steps into a single key, and as we talked about, macro commands, there are a number of macro commands already on the Eclipse software, so that's what we're going to go over. What we can do is we can go to Alt-1. Let's just go anywhere on the machine. We are in hyperkeys. Alt-1 puts an OK. Alt-2 does all right. Alt-3, Alt-4, So those are how you access the macros. If you want to do your own macro, again, I've got that down here, as you can see. We're going to go to Settings. We're going to go to Edit. Then we're going to go to Macros. And then what we would do is we would click on New Macro. And then we would go from there to Add Command. And there's a drop-down menu, and that's how you would start. So for example, in the lecture we did one with a hyphen on there, and if you were doing interrupted speech, but that would be how you would start your macro. Okay, that's it, that's the end. Thank you.